Estimates vary to what percentage of the ship is still the original wood, but a history of craftsmanship and artisans maintaining this ship has kept it strong and vibrant.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in this area, and first time I was on that ship, I was like, let's see, 5 years old, I think. My old man took me there when I was a kid, and so I was always aware of it. But the hardware that they would have had, which would be stanchions for sure, any gun carriage hardware, yeah, I mean, it all got made, you know, all the gun locks to fire the guns, all that stuff. Metal technology, was very sophisticated, really. Yeah, people use the word technology today like it just means something on the internet, but technology, it means much more than that, as we know, and but yeah, they can make all the equipment they needed, so it wasn't crude. People associate handmade and crude, but they aren't.
Constitution kept returning to Boston throughout her history for repairs and refitting, and a cadre of craftsmen and shipworkers kept her seaworthy.
Welcome to our channel. Not much of an update. In fact, there's no update. I really haven't had any time to model. As you see here is pretty much how it was last time you guys saw this. I've been doing a bathroom remodel, or a tub shower surround was shot, and it's been leaking for quite a while, but with my health I was just keeping my fingers crossed that once I got a little bit better, I could fix it. But I shot a video a couple weeks ago on the Constitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert that into this video, and at least you'll have something to watch on my channel. I did, though, have time to prime the blower and the hat. That's looking pretty good. I had a touch up right there. So that is primed. So I did get that little bit right there taken care of on the Vega, on the Green Elephant. So, all right, guys, we're going to see a video shot a couple weeks ago on the Constitution. I don't know when I'll be back. I don't know when I'll have time to do any model building until I get that bathroom done, because if we want to repaint it, we want to fix some of the tiling, we want to put it down a new floor. Our house was built in 1955, and that bathroom is pretty much original to 1955. So it needs a dire rejuvenation, and I just hope I'm up to it. I know I'm up to it. It's just going to take me a little longer. It used to take me a weekend, and now it's probably going to take me a couple weeks. But I'm come hell or high water, I'm going to do it myself. The Lord gave me 2 hands to do work with, and I'm going to do it. So, all right, guys, take care. I hadn't felt like modeling much because I had treatment, so the Constitution was a perfect model because I don't know, it's just kind of relaxing and not taxing work, not too taxing anyway, at least at this stage, and we'll see when it comes to rigging. Plus our weather has just really sucked. I mean, every time I turn the TV on, all I hear is flood warnings. We're just in this really wet weather pattern, and I don't want to mess with the paint on the Vega, not in this kind of weather and humidity, and it's just crappy outside. It really is. So this is a perfect kit to continue on with in the meantime. But it's supposed to clear up, I think, after tomorrow and get some decent weather again, so we'll get back on the Vega. Should be in time to do another update for the following weekend, so we'll get some work done to it. But on to the Constitution. We've got, what's the am I on? 10. Yeah, 10. So we've got all of the eyelets in There were, how many were there? 48 of them, eye bolts. Actually more than 48, if you include the ones we had to run on some of the deck and be running for the lifeboats. So we got about 48 for 950, 252, 3, 4, about almost 60 eye bolts in. And we used our metal ones. We're not going to use the kit supplied plastic ones because the metal ones are way more reliable and I don't have to worry about all that crap breaking right in the middle of trying to run my rigging. So with the metal ones, they're not going nowhere. So we got all of the eyelets in, and you can see them there now on the deck. They're running all along down the side. So we got all those put in. We've got 7 cannons installed on the spar deck. We've got them tied in as well. So we've got the cannons here. These are the kit supplied ones that I'm using. And then we got the bow chaser up here tied down. That's 3D printed. That carriage is 3D printed from Jerry over at HDA Model Works. He printed all the ones on the gun deck too, which you can't see, but they're all 3D printed. And the carriages are much more accurate to the real ones. The kit supplied ones are not that bad. You can get away with them. They're really not all that bad. They require a lot of cleanup work, but you know, they can be used. They're not too bad. So anyway, so we got the bow chaser on there. We got the forecastle guns on there. Our next step is to put them back here in the back. We got, I think those are, actually, I'm kind of jumping around because the cannons are actually in step 13 and 14, or 13 and 16. Is it 16? Yeah, 13 and 16s. 13 is the forecastle, and then the step 16 is the quarter deck back here. So the reason why I put them on now is because it's much easier to put them on now before you get all this other crap in that you don't have to worry about working around. So I did them first, and then before we put anything back here, no, you can't even see. Before we put anything back here on the quarter deck, we'll put the cannons on back here, and then put all of our stuff in, so we don't have to work around too much back here when we go to tie the cannons down. But yeah, so we got that. There we go. We got some of the pin rails on in the front, and I was going to replace those plastic pins with metal ones, but I really can't find them. And it's like, I don't know if I want to go through all that trying to make them. So I'm just going to take my chances. I mean, you know, back when I built this as a kid and I broke some of these, it's because I was inexperienced, you know, and impatient. And we didn't have glues like Canopy 560 and stuff, and I think I was using model glue. I wasn't even using white glue to put the ropes on, so obviously model glue would soften the plastic and then the pins would break off. So now that I have plenty of Canopy 560, which is what I've been using on these up here, on the cans to tie them in, I think the pins will be alright. The pin rails, the blade pins. So we got them put on in the front. We got the cannons, we've got the bow chaser, we got the galley vent, we got the fife rail up here, all glued in there, glued in place. And as I said, we got all the eye bolts in. Our next step is to put, what's our next step? Oh, the lifeboats. Yeah, we got all of our lifeboat cradles here for the lifeboats. There's how many? What was it? 3, 4 of them? I don't remember now. I think there's 3. It's been so long. Yeah, 3. So we've got to put together the cradles, and then we got to put together the boats themselves, and then we have to lash them to the deck. So. yeah, I think that'll be okay. And for the lifeboats, we'll probably go ahead and use the plastic eye bolts that come with the kit, because you know that I think that'll be okay there. I don't think we have too many issues using them on the lifeboat. It'll be in scale with the boats anyway. So we use the kit supplied ones for the lifeboats, and then we have to paint the lifeboats. Looks like they were, what, half white, half natural wood. So we'll just paint them that, and then that'll take us all the way to, well, once we get the lifeboats on and then the cannons back here on the quarterdeck, it'll take us all the way to I'll jump us all the way to step 22, where we start putting the rails on top of the hull here, where they used to keep the stowage and the rails up here. They had a netting. This kit doesn't give you netting. They just tell you to run string. And that's how it was on the Captain Hull model. But it was really more netting that the sailors would put their stowage up here. And I don't know if I could find in-scale netting like that. If I could, I would use that instead. But, well, I guess that's how it was on the Captain Hull model. So I guess we'll just do it the same way. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little work on the Constitution and get a little bit done, so that's where we're at there. It's looking pretty good, I think. It's looking pretty spiffy. And then I think, oh, it's not right. There we go. And then I think we'll take a little break from this so we don't screw nothing up. Continue on the quarterdeck and get all that taken care of, and then continue on some other point. Alright guys, that's it. Take care. We'll see you.